So 3JS is a cross-user JavaScript library and application programming interface we use to create and display animated 3D computer graphics in a web browser using WebGL. So before moving to 3JS, let's see WebGL. WebGL is the standard 3D graphics API for the web, and it was developed by Vladimir Wiskik at Mozilla in 2006, and it runs on the GPU on the computer without any browser plugin. So this was a game changer when this was released because back then developers had to rely on plugins or native applications, and this gave the user a 3D experience. And on top of that, they had to ask users to download custom software, so that was a disadvantage for that. And apart from that, it gave web pages access to dynamic shading and realistic physics, and most of the modern browsers support it. WebGL is complicated and no need to reinvent the wheel, math intensive, and it is a low level system that only draw points, lines, and triangles. But WebGL with 3JS has scenes, lights, shadows, 3D maths, etc. So why 3JS? As I said before, it is we can develop more than WebGL, and also it provides abstraction for WebGL projects, and it is very flexible, very popular, and has a great documentation. So in this presentation, you will get to know how to create animated 3D computer graphics in a web browser using 3JS. Moving on, let me tell you the history of 3JS. Initially, it was released by Ricardo Cabello in April 2010, and at that time the code was developed in ActionScript, and then the code was ported to JavaScript, and it was introduced with the rendering code in the form of the module instead of the code itself. And later on in March 2011, Joshua Ku introduced the WebGL, and in September 2011 he released his first 3JS demo for 3D text. When talking about the pros and cons of using this library, first one, it is easy to learn, and there are plenty of examples in 3JS website, and it has a large community and a lot of third-party plugins, and almost all the web browsers support 3JS, and also it automatically update the content. And if you want to run this code on all the browsers, you can use a transpiler like Babel. And 3JS has a great performance, and it includes physically based rendering and support for most of the popular model formats, and does not require any client or plugin to add 3D, and also it provides access to the power of the graphics of a computer. However, it depends on OpenGL drivers, and many developers are not aware because 3J is at early stage, and irrespective of the latest improvements in JavaScript, developers find it slow and unfamiliar in writing the code of 3D applications using 3JS. This is the structure of a 3JS application. These object-defined hierarchical structure and represent where objects appear and how they are inclined. So text objects generally represent images, either loaded from the image files or generated from a canvas or rendered from another scene. And material object represent the surface features by using the color and the texture. And geometry objects build on top of vertex and triangle objects. And geometry and material object forms an mesh object. Like if you want to create a cube, the cubic shape comes from the geometry, and the material, the matter from which it is made, comes from the material. Together it forms a mesh, the cubic object. And the mesh object represents drawing a specific geometry with a specific material. So both material and geometry can be used for multi-mesh object. For example, if you want to if we want two blue cubes in different locations, we could use the same geometry and the same material object and specify the location separately for the two cubes. And light object represent the different kinds of lights, and the scene we can use to add and remove objects at runtime, including the lights. And the renderer is the main object of Three.js, and we can pass a scene and a camera to a renderer, and it renders the portion of the 3D scene from the point of view of the camera to as a 2D image to a canvas. So let's move to the you can install Three.js with npm and modern build tools, or with static hosting or a CDN. Whatever the method, it should be consistent and import all files from the same version in the library, because it can cause duplicate code to enter or even crash the application in unexpected ways. So in first method, installing from npm, you can use this command to install the library, and for the usage you can import the entire Three.js library like in this command, or import the parts you need in here like this way. And the core of Three.js is focused on the most important component of a 3D engine. So to access other popular parts, you can visit here. Second method of installation from CDN or static hosting. To get start quickly, you can use this way. So we go to the demonstration. There are a few prerequisites like JavaScript, HTML, and create DOM elements in JavaScript, and ES6 modules. So I hope you all familiar with these. So before that, we need a place to display. And we need to include these scripts to import the Three.js library, and this one is to allow 3D animate 3D objects. So after that, camera, if you go to the website documentation, these are the cameras you can use: array camera, camera, cube camera, orthographic camera, perspective, and stereo camera. So I'll use perspective camera because it mostly closely mimics the behavior, real world and the human eye. So this is how you can use it. This is the constructor, and you can input the camera first and vertical field and aspect ratio, near and farthest value. Aspect ratio, normally we use the width in a width over in a height. And then we need to have a renderer. Similar to cameras, there are renderers you can use here. These are the types, and let's use the GL renderer. And since the parameters are optional, I'll keep that empty. And then we need to and sorry. And then in the render DOM element to the body. Uh, Combine the scene with the camera to the scene. So if we go to the website, here so this is not responsive, so I'll make it simple styling. And also to make it responsive, uh, I can listen to the event size. Set the size. The camera aspect ratio. And then we need to update a projection matrix on the camera when an adjustment. So it's look fine now. So let's add a 3D sphere. So when creating a geometrical object, these are geometries you can use. So to create a sphere, let's use sphere geometry. And this is the radius and width segment and the height segment. So this way. for that. These are the materials we can use. Let's use mesh laminate material. So here the parameters are optional, but you can use the color for parameter. And then the and also position. Now if we go to the website, so this is black color because we didn't provide the light, light. So to do that, let's use point light. Ambient light. And say and add to this. Now the light spot on the object. So to animate this, we can So this will create a loop that cause the renderer to draw the scene every time the screen is refreshed, and this execute every frame and gives the object a rotation animation. Sorry. So now the sphere is rotating, but you can see that there are edges. So to smooth that, we can define this height segment and the width segment with more uh, more like a sphere rather than other previously. So uh, if we replace this is the box geometry out these parameters. Now you can see how the cube is rotating. You can create a more complex object by combining these primitive shapes. For example, combine these two together. You can use the same material, and we need to define a position, because if we don't specify a location, both the cube and the sphere will be in the same position default value at 0, 0, 0 coordinate. That. So now the sphere is rotating, the box is remains still. To do that, we can remove this. Like this way, you can create more complex objects by combining primitive shapes, and also you can load 3D models to the scene. So there are the descriptive documentation, so you can uh, load 3D models in the scene also. So that is the end of the demonstration. Let's move the presentation. Like I said, you only need to have three things. That's the camera, the scene, and the renderer. Then you can have a 3D images. So a lot of awesome examples. If you go to the 3JS website, you can create different scenes for different purpose of 3JS. We can create web pages by associating it with a local or remote copy, and model visualization and create scenes. And also we can create scenes for games and simulation authoring tools. And this can use plugins to add the standard features like keyboard and management of mouse, and also to create the and display animation 3D graphics on the web. And also we can use to develop web applications on the web browsers. Say about 3JS. Thank you.